Welcome everyone to week 3 of the 2023 Global Trophy campaign. We are here in the African Preliminary League. I'm Masterath and I'm joined alongside
Sam Elliott 64. Yes, we're over halfway through these preliminary leagues now. Obviously, you saw last week the Asian section preliminary dominated once again by Malaysia. Phenomenal achievement from them to go unbeaten, and over 100 goal difference as well, which is astounding to see. And of course, the legend of the wooden spoon being handed out.
The clash of the wooden spoon, since pretty much everything else was sorted out with 2 fixtures to go.
Yeah, literally, it was crazy.
Yeah, well, this time we have Africa. So, yeah, 8 teams from the 16 qualify for the African section of the Global Trophy. Let's begin.
Yeah.
With our dud team.
Go ahead.
Our lovely dud team, the Big R.
So happy to see the Big R back for another year of action. I have to say, it is going to be very strange this year because obviously the winners last year of the preliminary league were, of course, Comoros, if we remember all the way back. And they went on to have a pretty decent run of things, didn't they, if memory serves?
Yeah, just a bit. They went on to win it. They went on to win the African section.
They won the African section. They were the first ever pre-qualifiers to win their local competition. I wonder if that'll happen again this year.
It certainly might do. Next up, a team that actually has a chance of actually qualifying for the African section of the Global Trophy, the Central African Republic.
Yeah, the CAR generally have been quite a decent team in recent years. I'm surprised their FIFA rankings dropped so low. They must have had a terrible AFCON previously, so who knows?
Yeah, certainly seems like it when it comes to that, if they're just a little bit above Rwanda. Next up, Tanzania.
I don't know any Tanzanian footballers, I have to be honest, so that's kind of ruined it for me.
Fair enough.
I don't really have anything else to say about Tanzania.
Next up, it is South Sudan.
Yes, of course, known in this game as Sudan. Obviously, the country is now split into Sudan and South Sudan. This is South Sudan. Yeah, I don't know any Sudanese footballers either, unfortunately.
Maybe I have better luck with this one. Next is Togo.
I know some Tongolese?
No, that's Tonga.
I don't know.
I think it's Togonese or something.
Togolese. Of course, Emmanuel Adebayor, the infamous Premier League shithouse, who ran the entire length of the pitch after scoring against his former club Arsenal. An icon of the English game, I think it's fair to say.
The icon of shithousery.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Next up, the Gambia.
The Gambia, as opposed to just Gambia. I don't know why they get a royal the, but, you know, sure.
Next up, it is Zimbabwe.
The home place of Marvellous Nakamba, Aston Villa's central midfielder. Yeah, Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Back again.
And there was something else in there. I don't know what it is, though.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah. Next up, Malawi.
Don't really know much about Malawi other than Ryan from the Spinnerproof podcast built a robot called Malawi once.
Nice.
True story.
Now, we've also had the Big Arbia robot as well, though, so yeah, there we go.
Of course.
Next up, it's Niger. Or Niger, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, Niger, the kind of... I think they have qualified in recent years, I think. I don't think they qualified for the Global Trophy Finals, but they've been in the African section, I think, on numerous occasions. So, one to watch out for in this league.
Yeah, they do usually get bodied when it comes to that. But, you know, maybe they got a chance. Who knows? Next up, Libya. The Big Green.
Big Green and Big Arms. We are truly spoiled today. Yeah, Libya obviously had... I think they've also been fairly regular qualifiers from the preliminaries into the African section, but we'll have to see how they get on here.
Yep, next up it is Guinea-Bissau.
The only Guinea that had to pre-qualify this year, Guinea-Bissau. Let's hope they can join Equatorial and just Guinea in the Global Trophy African section proper.
Yep, alongside regular flavoured Guinea.
Yep.
Next up it is Sierra Leone.
I think they have, in recent years, actually qualified for the Global Trophy Finals.
Yes, they've done
pretty well. I think, were they semi-finalists a couple of years ago in Africa?
In the African section, I think they might have been, yeah. They did get knocked out, I believe, in round 1, maybe round 2 of the Global Trophy Finals. But, yeah, they did qualify for one. Very Well, they've certainly qualified for one while during YouTube times of the Global Trophy.
Exactly. So they've got a decent team, Sierra Leone. So they're probably one of the favourites and hoping to do well in this competition.
Next up is Mozambique or Mozambique.
Mozambique, if you're talking to Hyacinth Bucket, yes. Not really sure.
Or Manuel.
Or Manuel, yeah. Yeah, not really sure what to say about Mozambique. I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you.
Next up, it is Namibia.
Yes, Namibia. I think again, in recent years, they've had a fair influx of decent footballing talent, I think. So watch their FIFA rankings in the next few years. They might just start to rise up a little bit. Yep,
and fun fact about Namibia is that I had an old rugby game from years ago. It was on the Sega Mega Drive, so that's how long it was ago. But it actually had Namibia as as an international team in it. So,
like, are they a prolific rugby favourites? I don't know.
They must have been decent at that point. I'm not sure now, but you know, they must have been decent to be on a game which had such limited space on it for teams and stuff to have Namibia on it. So there you go.
There you go.
Next up, Mauritania.
Again, I'm not really sure how much I know about Mauritania, to be honest with you, but I probably know less about them than the next team that's coming up.
Well, you could just name off the animals from the films, really, couldn't you? Madagascar.
Yes, Madagascar, the island just off the coast of the south of Africa. I don't think it's actually South Africa it's next to, although it might be. I can't remember exactly.
I think it's slightly higher up than South Africa.
Yeah, I do as well. I can't remember. It's certainly up the south of the continent, certainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see how they got on in this preliminary league. I don't think they did very well last year, if memory serves.
I don't think they did. No, I don't think they did very well. All right, and we are back. The game crashed, so we had to start the league again.
We literally got 2 fixtures. Do you know what, Chris? Save state it. That'll be a good shout.
That's true.
Just in case it happens. Just in case it happens again.
Okay, cool. Just save state it now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we only got 2 fixtures in, so we're just going to restart it and hope that it's vaguely similar.
Yep. So Gambia versus the Central African Republic first.
Yep.
3-2. Well, there you go.
Much more interesting than the first time we did this. It was a 0-0 draw.
Yep. Gambia just had draws all the time on the first 2 fixtures they had. Guinea-Bissau taking on Libya next.
Yep. For a chance to go top of the leaderboard with a big win here for either team.
Libya does 3-0.
Good result for Libya there as they move top of the league.
Mozambique now taking on Malawi.
The 2 M's taking each other on.
Yep, the 2 M's. Mozambique with the win, 1-0.
Mozambique move into 3rd place in the leaderboard. Next up is Niger versus Namibia. 2 ends.
Yep, it's 3-0 to Namibia. Namibia take the lead, go top. Or close to the top, at least.
Yep, level on goal difference and goals for, so God knows how they're separating them.
No idea. Maybe alphabetical order. Actually, no, it wasn't last time, was it? So, I have no clue. where they were picked or something, I don't know.
Literally is.
Yeah. Sierra Leone versus South Sudan. It's South Sudan with a win, 2-1.
Good win for South Sudan. They go up into the top 4 initially. Tanzania take on Togo next up.
4-0 Togo. They go top now.
They do indeed top of the leaderboard for now. Next up is Mauritania versus Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe tipped to do well here. 5-1. They now go top.
Goals for Zimbabwe take the lead of the league, and Madagascar get the bye match against Rwanda first of all. We're going to see it. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Stunning.
Look at that
absolutely stunning.
Arial font. Look at that. Tim again. Believe it.
This guy, he just doesn't want to go, does he?
I bet he's the one that crashed the game.
It was him. He heard us talking shit about him, and he's like, you know what? I'm not having this.
It's like, sod your game, buddy. Oh, gee. No. That's the first time I've done that.
Onto the replay.
Put it on the action replay.
Instead. What a replay it was. Oh, what a replay this is.
Oh, what a replay this is. Oh, what a bloody awful crash that was.
Oh dear. Fixture 2.
Yeah, fixture 2.
Starts off with
okay, pretty much
Central Africa.
No.
Yeah.
Pretty much back to where we were now. Sort
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
Close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Central African Republic take on Guinea-Bissau for the first match of Fixture 2.
Yep, with the jumbled up words on that one, Central African Republic get the win, so off to a good start they are.
Yep, 2 wins for 2. So far there have been not a single draw. Every game ended in a win in Fixture 1. Let's see if it carries on.
So far so good for that. Gambia versus Libya next.
Libya, of course, winning their first game. Gambia did not.
Win for Libya. They also go to 6 points.
They do indeed. Malawi and Namibia next up. Namibia winning their first game. Malawi losing their first game.
Yep, losing it 1-0 to Mozambique. Win for Malawi. So that's 2-1.
Yeah, big win for Malawi there. They lift themselves back up the table into 9th place currently.
Next up, it's Mozambique versus Niger.
Mozambique, of course, with a win. First of all, Niger defeated 3-0.
3-1 Mozambique. They move second.
Good result there for Mozambique as they catapult themselves up the table.
Tanzania now taking on Sierra Leone.
2 teams that lost their opening match.
Yep, so certainly important for a win here potentially. It's a 1-0 win for Sierra Leone. Moves them nowhere.
No, they just stay exactly still in 10th place. Next up is South Sudan and Togo. Togo, of course, with that big 4-0 win, first of all.
Yep, South Sudan with a 2-1 win, so a decent win. Togo with the win 1-0. They move top now.
Up on goal difference and a good result for them.
Madagascar and Zimbabwe, both teams that did quite well in their opening matches, but then again, Madagascar did get the dud in their first match.
They did. They will have to take on a true opponent in Zimbabwe.
Yep, who won 5-1 in their opening match. They've won 3-0 here, so they're now top.
Yes, and next up is Mauritania versus the Big R. Now, of course, once again, every single fixture has ended in a win.
Yep, there's no draw yet. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful, the Big R. Oh, it's stunning, isn't it? It's just stunning. You just love to see it.
Finally, it's not bloody Fernandez anymore.
But it is accident.
It is
Are we
accident.
going to have an? Are we going to have an accident?
Well, it's going to end. Well, I sure hope not. Please do not have an accident and crash, please, game.
This is where it crashed
That'd
last
be nice.
time. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, we made it past fixture 2.
We made it past fixture 2. That's good. Right.
Is it worth saying again?
I'm still doing it anyway. Yeah, just in case. Just in case, you never know. Do you know what? For a bit, actually, I couldn't simulate anything on this game, so I had to change a couple of settings in DuckStation to do so.
No way. That's crazy.
But yeah, still no draws so far. So yeah, we got some zeros, we got some threes, and we got some sixes right now.
That's all we've got on the board. Next up is the first match of game week 3 sees Central African Republic taking on Libya. 2 for 2 so far, both of these teams.
Yeah, both teams on 6 points so far. Win for Libya, they go top.
Libya on to 9, the first team to go with 3 wins.
Yep.
First defeat for Central African Republic.
Yep, Central African Republic, first defeat for them. Libya yet to let in a goal yet as well.
Good start for Libya, really, isn't it?
Yep. Guinea-Bissau now will take on Gambia in very much a bottom of the table clash.
Yeah, both these two have lost their opening 2 games, so that hopefully will change for one of them.
3-0 Guinea-Bissau. They move very little.
Yep, they move up into 12th place, but they do lift themselves off the mark with a 3-0 win.
Niger now wanted to take on Malawi in... Malawi's won a match. Niger hasn't so far.
Yep, so let's see how they get on here.
To win for Malawi, up to 5th they go.
Good result for Malawi then. Niger, not looking too good for them, is it really?
No, definitely not. Mozambique now will take on Namibia.
Namibia with a win and a defeat. Mozambique 2 wins out of 2 so far.
Good so far for Mozambique. Oh, that's changed it. Namibia get the win.
Good result for Namibia. They move up into 4th place, and as Sierra Leone take on Togo.
Yeah. Sierra Leone with 1 win and 1 loss. Togo, 2 wins so far. And no goals scored against them. That's changed, but Togo still get the win. 2-1.
Still no draws so far, as Sudan take on Tanzania next up.
Yep, Sudan currently in 9th place, so not doing too bad, while Tanzania not looking great at all.
No, 2 defeats out of 2 so far for Tanzania.
Oh, that's a big 4-1 win for South Sudan. They move up to 5th.
They do, and Tanzania have actually scored their first goal at least, so that's something.
Congratulations for them. They are below the dud, though.
They are below the dud.
At least until this next match, where Zimbabwe will take top spot back.
On goal difference, yeah, it would be Zimbabwe who go top of the table. Wait, oh, we're going to see it. Here it comes.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah!
Oh, look at that. Unbelievable.
That's brilliant.
Isn't it just? Isn't it so good?
It is. Oh, potential
Steven
prick.
Screech.
Potential prick.
He literally made the game. He literally made the game.
We'll stop calling you potential prick if you can make a mod of it where we can add like Montenegro and the rest of them in.
Hey, do you know what? Let us adjust the FIFA rankings. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there you go. Deal?
Yeah, adjust the teams to how they are in the FIFA rankings today. Like, just how good the teams are. That'd be good.
Oh, that might ruin the mystique of England, though. You know, then again, we don't know how they're going to do in this tournament so far. We haven't got there yet.
It's true. They may have already, won. You never know.
They've won it. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Mauritania now taking on Madagascar in, I believe, the final match of the third fixture.
So far, not a single draw. Will that carry on?
2-0 Mauritania. Yes. They move 8th.
Yep, 8th place so far, and the dud position for Mauritania, Madagascar down to 12th.
So, fixture 4, still no draws as of yet. It's Central African Republic versus Malawi.
Both teams in and around that top 8 area. Central African Republic in 9th on 6 points, the lowest 6-point team so far. Malawi just above them with 2+ goal difference ahead of them.
3-0 Central African Republic. They move back up to 4th.
Good result for the Central African Republic as they move into a comfortable top 8 position.
Mozambique now will take on Gambia, so it's good for Mozambique if they can get a win. Gambia certainly need one. They're currently throwing 3 gutter balls so far.
Yeah, pointless after 3 games. Can Mozambique continue the rot for Gambia?
The answer to that is yes. 4-0 Mozambique, they move 2nd.
And the only reason they're not below the dud is because they've scored 2 goals, Gambia, so that's a terrible run for them so far. Guinea-Bissau taking on Namibia next up. Namibia in 6th, Guinea-Bissau in 10th.
Yeah, big sort of crunch match between those two right now. It's a win for Namibia. They move up to 5th place.
Central African Republic on goal difference. Niger and Libya next up. Libya flying high up in 4th, undefeated, no goals conceded, as they take on Niger, who are yet to get off the mark.
4-1 Libya. Libya move top.
Conceded a goal, though, so that's something to note.
Yep. Sierra Leone now will take on Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, with a win, can go back to top. Sierra Leone, currently 1 win and 2 draws to their name. Oh, sorry, 1 win and 2 losses to their name. Don't know why I'm mentioning draws. We haven't had one yet.
Still haven't had one. We're nearly halfway through the 4th fixture and still yet to have a single draw.
We still haven't. Zimbabwe get the win and move top.
They go top by 3 goals over Libya. Next up, it is Mauritania versus South Sudan. A 7th and 8th clash between these two, both on 6 points so far.
Yep, big old clash. South Sudan have the better goal difference. They've won 2-0. They're up to 5th.
They are indeed, and they move clear of that, dangerous 8th place. Madagascar taking on Tanzania next up. A bit of a bottom of the table clash here. Tanzania yet to get off the mark. Madagascar have won a game so far, but it was against the dud.
Ooh, but Tanzania get one back, and it literally does nothing for them. But it does get them 3 points. They're off the mark at least.
It does. It does push Madagascar below Guinea-Bissau, is what it's done there.
Yep, and Togo going to be getting 3 points, so that's going to move them up to pretty much level pegging with Libya, even on goals scored.
Very, very close. So once again, still yet to have a draw.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yes.
Gorgeous. It is. Honestly, you love to see it, don't you, really? You really do.
You certainly do when it comes to that one. And it's good that
one of the joys of... Go on.
It's good that we've got that for the next multiple fixtures.
I was going to say, every year it's always a pleasure seeing the big R turn up, and obviously the big green as well. We're going to get to see both in a single match at some point.
Oh yeah, the flag crunch match. You love to see it.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
You love to see it. Right.
Well, Togo move back into the top 3, level on points, undefeated at the top of those 3 teams. And Mozambique will start off fixture 5 as they take on Central African Republic.
Yep, both teams currently on 9 points so far, so good start for both of them.
Absolutely.
1-0 win for Mozambique. They move to 12.
They do indeed. They join that group at the top. Gambia versus Malawi. Gambia have not got going at all. Malawi 2-2 is their record so far.
Yep, can they make it positive or a negative? Well, finally we have a draw. It took them long enough.
We are literally over 30 games in and we have a draw. Yep. Finally.
Our first draw. Malawi into 8th now on 7 points. Niger now will take on Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau higher up the rankings. Niger rooted at the bottom right now.
Big win for Guinea-Bissau here will push Niger to the bottom of the table below the dud team.
2-1. Not enough. Guinea-Bissau, however, will move. Well, will go 10th.
I think they remain 10th.
Yeah.
I think they were there already.
Yeah, stay 10th.
Namibia and Libya next up. Libya currently in 2nd place in the league, and 6th place for Namibia. Both teams doing pretty well so far, I think.
Yep, 3-point difference between them. It's a draw. There you go. Another draw.
They're coming thick and fast now.
Yeah.
Namibia move themselves up into 5th place.
Mauritania, 9th so far. Will take on Sierra Leone in 12th. Not a good start for the former Global Trophy finalists.
Yeah, they have been, that far ahead in there before, but so far, not looking good for Sierra Leone.
That's better. 1-0 Sierra Leone. It moves them up 1 space.
Above Madagascar, yes, they move into 11th place in the league. Next up is South Sudan in 6th and Zimbabwe in 2nd. Zimbabwe can go clear at the top of the league with a win here.
They certainly could. 2-1. They will go top, but Togo could still catch them.
They can indeed. Rwanda, the Big R, the dud team take on Tanzania. So Tanzania are going to get another 3 points.
Yep, putting their total to 6. So not too bad from them.
For it. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
There it is. There it is.
Tanzania's got quite a nice flag as well. It's very smart.
Tanzania's is quite nice, yeah. It's quite a nice flag.
Yeah, nothing too, too excessive. Just, a nice little diagonal stripe across the middle. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's generic, but, it's a nice sort of generic. It's not, boring. In a way.
Exactly.
All right, so, yeah, finally getting some draws now. Makes a change. And there's a car alarm going off outside. Meh.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's probably because my microphone cancels a lot of it, so that's quite good. Yeah.
Togo and Madagascar to finish off the 5th game week. Madagascar haven't really got going at all. Togo, a big win here, will lift them to the top of the league.
Certainly would. 3-0, it's not enough, but it's close.
Only the 1 goal behind Zimbabwe. Not enough for Togo to take the lead so far, though.
Central African Republic now will take on Namibia in the first match of fixture 6.
Yep, Central African Republic clear of Malawi by 2 points, who are in 8th place. So a good result here for either team will lift them even further ahead.
Yep, 5th versus 7th here. Win for Namibia, they move to 4th.
Good result for Namibia there. They move up into a comfortable 4th place currently. Gambia against Niger, 2 teams right at the foot of the table. This is an absolute wooden spoon classic, this is.
Certainly is. And it's ended in a win for Niger. They go above Gambia.
Their first win off the board. Gambia still yet to get a win. Not looking good for them.
Yep, everyone's got a win apart from Gambia, and of course our dud team. But yeah, Gambia, only 1 point to their name so far. Not good.
No, not at all.
Next up, it's Guinea-Bissau versus Malawi.
8th versus 9th, a big crunch match here. A win for either team will lift them into the top 8.
Win for Guinea-Bissau, they move to 7th.
They move above Central African Republic with a level record. Look at that with
nice.
them. Very good. Very good.
That goal's against and's points total. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice. Mozambique, 5th place currently, taking on Libya, currently in 3rd.
Probably Libya the favourites for this one. They are still undefeated.
Yep, still unbeaten. It's 2-1 Libya, or sorry, 2-0. Libya go top for now.
They do, until Zimbabwe and Togo play later on in the game week. Sierra Leone taking on Madagascar.
Yep, Sierra Leone currently in 11th. Madagascar 13th. Not good so far for them, but Sierra Leone doing a little bit better. It's a draw between the two. It's a ball draw. That'll put Sierra Leone up into 9th.
Yep, so far, that's probably not really helpful to either of those two teams, especially not Madagascar as they're slightly lower in the league. South Sudan are going to pick up another 3 points as they take on our dud team, Rwanda.
Yep, that's going to push them up one position with that on goals.
Oh, look at that. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great.
That's that good shit right there, isn't it? Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels is wanting some of that big R, even though Jack Daniels has literally no R's in the name. No wonder he wants one.
Maybe he does. You know, maybe he does want one.
No wonder he wants one. That'd be the reason why he's here.
Exactly.
Also, I don't think I've save stated since like the fourth fixture, so I'm gonna make a quick one when we get back to the screen.
Oh.
Just to make sure, that just in case it crashes, which we don't.
You never know. We don't want to have that happen again, do we? Because we're nearly halfway through the league at this point.
Exactly. Zimbabwe, currently in 2nd place, takes on Tanzania in 12th.
Win for Zimbabwe will lift them obviously back to the top of the leaderboard.
Certainly will. 2-0 Zimbabwe. It might not be enough because Togo's coming up, and they've got Mauritania.
Yep, so far Mauritania 2 wins and 3 defeats. Togo a perfect 5-0 record for them. A big win for Togo lifts them to the top of the table.
It's a win for Mauritania.
That is a shocker. Togo defeated, and that's their first slip up. That's a big result for Mauritania. That.
Yep, and Zimbabwe are now 2 clear. Libya stays 2nd for now. Fixture 7 begins with Niger versus the Central African Republic.
Central African Republic need a big win here to kind of lift them above Mozambique and South Sudan. A win here regardless, or a draw, will lift them above Guinea-Bissau.
It's 2-1. Central African Republic move to 7th.
Yep, not a big win that they probably would have wanted, but a win it is nonetheless. Namibia and Gambia next up. Namibia up in 4th, Gambia rooted to the bottom of the table, yet to get off the mark.
Yep, yet to win a game so far. It's 4-0 Namibia. They move to 3rd.
Big result for Namibia, that they move themselves a comfortable 7 points clear of 8th place.
Yeah, good run for them so far. Speaking of 8th place, Guinea-Bissau in 8th takes on Mozambique, who's in 6th right now.
Mozambique win will lift them into 5th place. A heavy win for Mozambique will push Mauritania into 8th. Let's see what happens.
It's a 1-1 draw. That's not great for Guinea-Bissau, to be fair. Teams like South Sudan and Togo could start moving essentially away from them.
I mean, even Central African Republic have now got a 2-point gap. That's a big loss of points for both teams, really.
Yep, that could be essentially a yawning chasm at some point. Libya, currently in 2nd, will take on Malawi in 11th. So Libya could go top with a win here.
However briefly it may be, a win for Libya will lift them to the top of the league.
Win for Libya, 1-0. It's scrappy, but they'll take it. They'll go top as Sierra Leone are going to be getting more points. So Sierra Leone, I think, are unbeaten in the last 3.
Looking pretty good now for Sierra Leone, and it does lift them kind of into the 8th. Oh, there it is.
Yes.
They're now moving into the 8th place conversation. You know, they're 1 point behind. It's Bron.
It's B-Ron again. It's the man who loves a bit of the R's.
He does. But Sierra Leone will now move into, I think, 9th place, 1 point behind Guinea-Bissau. So that's pretty good.
Certainly in a contention spot when it comes to that. So, certainly looking good for them.
Absolutely. Well.
So we are almost halfway through here. Very
we are
close.
indeed.
Madagascar. Madagascar. Sorry, I just went Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Madagascar versus Dan.
Madagascar really haven't got going. South Sudan, a win here for them could lift. I mean, a big win would lift them as high as 4th.
Yep. Needs to be 4 goals. It's only one. They'll take it, though. That's 15 points for them, up into 5th.
Yep, it lifts them a solid 5 points clear of 8th place now.
Yep, we've only had 4 draws so far. 4 draws in 7 years, and that's all that we bloody had in this league so far. 4 draws in these matches.
Crazy, isn't it?
Mauritania and Tanzania in the Battle of the Anias.
Mauritania in 10th. A win for them will lift them in and around Central African Republic. Tanzania win will lift them at level on points with their opponents.
It's a draw between the two. That's draw number 5 in the league.
Still not that many, is it? Oh, this is a big crunch match at the top.
Top of the table clash here.
A win for Togo will lift them level with Zimbabwe and leave Libya at the top of the league. A win for Zimbabwe obviously takes them back to the top.
Yeah, keeps that 2-point cushion going. It's a draw!
It is a draw. So does it really help Zimbabwe that much? Libya level on points with them now.
Yep, Zimbabwe lose their 2-point lead.
They do indeed, and no one's going to have a 100% record.
Yep, Sierra Leone looking decent right now. They've been on a pretty good run of form so far. Central African Republic just trying to keep with that top 7 right now.
Yep, so far have been in the top 7 throughout the competition. A win for either team will shoot them up the table a little bit.
5-0 win Sierra Leone. They move to 6th.
That's a massive win and a big goal difference swing as well. That's going to be crucial for both teams.
Yep, Sierra Leone now on +6, which is quite decent for the area they're in right now.
Central African Republic, of course, as well, on -3. That's really not good for them.
Certainly isn't. Gambia now will take on South Sudan. South Sudan currently in 5th. Gambia rooted at the bottom with only 1 point so far. What a surprise. South Sudan get the win, 2-1, and they move up to 3rd.
Colour me shocked that Gambia lost that game.
What a surprise. What a shocker. Guinea-Bissau currently in 9th place versus Tanzania in 12th. This is a very interesting game here. Very important game.
It is not, it is indeed. I mean, a win for either team is crucial, really. Tanzania win lifts them onto that 10-point bubble. Guinea-Bissau, a win for them, could lift them as high as 6th if it's a big win.
Certainly could. That's a draw. That's not really good for either team right now, since both of them are currently out of that top 8.
Yeah, it's not really ideal for either, is it? Look at that. I mean, Guinea-Bissau probably happier of the two, but still not great because they're still outside that top 8, you're right.
Yep, Central African Republic dropped points and Guinea-Bissau really sort of failed to capitalise on it, really.
Yep. Libya can go top of the league once again, however briefly, with a win over Togo, but obviously Togo won't make it easy for them.
Certainly won't. It's a draw between the two. Zimbabwe could get a 2-point lead back.
Yeah, and they take on Malawi straight afterwards. Malawi down in 12th place, so it'd be a surprise if they beat Zimbabwe, but stranger things have happened.
You never know. It's a win for Zimbabwe, 2-0. They go back to the top with a 2-point lead yet again.
They do indeed. Good result for Zimbabwe there. Mauritania and Mozambique take each other on. 7th place so far, Mozambique. A win for them, a big win, will lift them as high as 5th. A Mauritania win, if it's a big win, could lift them as high as 6th. So, very much a game on here for in and around this crucial 8th place.
It's a draw between the two. That's going to favour Mozambique a bit better.
Just a little bit more, yeah. Only 2 points above 8th place, though, at the moment, are Mozambique, so it's not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep, and if you notice, that 2-point cushion between 7th and 8th is pretty much gone at this point.
Exactly.
Now, quickly the tides can turn. Namibia, currently in 5th, looking quite good so far, versus Madagascar, who's not looking so good.
Yep, their only win so far coming against the dud team in fixture number 1. Can they turn it around here?
5-0 Namibia, they move to 3rd.
A massive result for Namibia. They've shot up the table. Look at that.
Yep, Togo dropped to 5th.
Wow, eh?
Niger are going to be getting, we're going to be going above Madagascar here, as they finally take on the Big R in their contest.
Yeah, absolutely. I think an urgently required second win for Niger. Is that back-to-back wins for Niger as well, actually?
I think it is, actually, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Who would have thought that?
Who would have thought that? Well,
still quite. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Niger is going to be going through. Let's be honest, but you never know. They may make a comeback.
They could.
We've seen Finland do it.
Exactly. They shot through the table right at the end, didn't they?
Yeah, you know, it's certainly possible. It is possible, but whether it'll happen, though, is a different story.
Absolutely. Well, Rwanda obviously, giving out another 3 points there. And as we continue on fixture number 9, Central African Republic in 8th place against South Sudan, flying high up in 4th currently.
Yep. At the moment, keeping to the philosophy of no draws required is South Sudan.
Both of these teams. Both of these teams, actually.
Yep, they still haven't. It's 3-0. South Sudan moves second.
Good result for South Sudan there. Shooting up the table slowly but surely, aren't they?
Yep, Sierra Leone could very well get another win on the board as they take on, well, the Gambia. Currently bottom, pretty much.
A win here for Sierra Leone will lift them above Mozambique briefly.
It is a win, 3-0, up above Mozambique for now.
They started so slowly, Sierra Leone, but they've really rocketed up the table, haven't they? 6th place now.
Yep, they've got into their groove, and yeah, 6th place, going good for them. Togo, a team sort of on the decline right now, taking on Guinea-Bissau, a team always in that sort of 7th to 9th spot. Need to get some points here.
They do indeed. A win here for Togo could lift them as high as 3rd, depending on how much they win by.
Yeah, I mean, an ordinary win would put them up to 3rd. But it's a draw between the two!
That's a surprise to me. Togo, with their 3rd draw of the competition, stay 5th.
Yep, Guinea-Bissau move up to 8th for now.
They could get overtaken a little bit later on, yes. Tanzania in 11th place take on Libya, who could take the lead of the league once again.
Yep, Libya still undefeated in 3rd right now. They are still undefeated. 2-0 win Libya.
They move up into 1st place. For now, Malawi and Mauritania. Mauritania in 10th, Malawi 12th. A win for Mauritania could lift them as high as 7th with a big win.
Certainly could with like a 6-goal swing. 3, though, they'll take the 3.
Actually, knowing that Zimbabwe take on Mozambique, and a big win for Zimbabwe here could push Mozambique down to 8th.
Certainly could. 6-0 Zimbabwe.
They get it. And now it's Mauritania in 7th place. Mozambique down to 8th.
Yep, and now Namibia going to be getting 3 points here, which will lift them into 3rd place.
Yep, they get the bye win over Rwanda. I'll tell you what, it's all getting very tense down in that 8th place now, isn't it? It's all very, very tight.
It's all there. It's all there. There are a couple of teams that are starting to get away, but there's not many.
No, I think, I think the top 4 teams are thinking they're pretty much through now, right? Surely.
Yeah, but
Namibia, from Sudan upwards, I think you've got to think, okay, they're probably going to go through.
Yeah, but then there's the rest of them, and it's sort of a dogfight between them now.
Yeah, Togo slipping up left, right, and centre, not really doing as well as we may have thought for a team who have fairly regularly qualified for the Global Trophy Finals in the past.
Yeah, but they've got to be wary. If they keep messing up like that, they could fall through the trapdoor entirely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not certain, that's for sure. Our final fixture for fixture number 9 is Niger and Madagascar. It's pretty much a nothing match for both teams, really.
Certainly is at the moment. It's another win for Niger, though. They move to 11th.
Good result for Niger. They slowly climb up the table. That's 3 back-to-back wins for Niger now.
Yep.
Wow. That's a shocker.
Big result there. Central African Republic, currently in 10th place. They've slipped a bit, versus Tanzania in 12th.
A win for Central African Republic will lift them as high as 7th here. So this is a very tight group between Sierra Leone and Central African Republic.
Yep, big crunch there. Tanzania get the win!
That's a shocker. That is a shocker from Central African Republic.
Togo, can they stop the rot now? They should be able to. They are against Gambia now.
Win for Togo will lift them above Sudan.
8-0 Togo! Big win!
That's a statement. That is a statement from Togo as they move themselves up to 4th for now.
Yep, Guinea-Bissau currently in 9th place, take on Sierra Leone. Comfortable in 6th so far.
Yep, but a win will really narrow that gap once again for Sierra Leone. They've got to be careful.
Yep, a win for Sierra Leone would certainly put some pressure on South Sudan and Togo. It is a win for Sierra Leone. They move to 19 points.
5 clear of that 8th place position so far. Good result for Sierra Leone.
Libya now in 2nd place, take on Sudan currently in 5th.
UK teams, I'd say, probably looking pretty good for qualification, but you can never take anything for granted.
Yep, only 2 points separate the two. It's a win for Sudan. Libya lose their first match.
And Sudan lift themselves all the way up to second place with that brilliant result for South Sudan.
Yep, Madagascar now will take on Malawi, so, yeah, it's sort of a nothing match, really, isn't it? It's 13th versus 14th.
Yep, nothing much really to be gained for either team here.
Yep, win for Malawi would put them into 12th, at least for the moment.
Yeah, above Niger.
They haven't. Madagascar get the win and move 6 clear of poor Gambia.
Oh dear, Gambia way out of it now. Mozambique with a massive dud team win here. 3 points for them.
Yep, so they'll move back to 7th for now.
They would indeed. It's pretty good stuff.
Yep, and it would be it'd be very interesting to see what's going to happen with that, because it does seem like that those top 5 are in a very good position right now, but it only takes a couple. It's not really that much of a difference in it so far. So it could very well be the case that a couple of wrong footsteps could mean that they fall into essentially trying to still make it through.
The problem they've got is obviously because early on there were so many wins and losses and not many draws. The gaps between the teams are all quite small. Look at even from Togo downwards. There's only 9 points between them and 10th. It's not very much at all, is it really?
Yeah, but certainly enough in the next five and a half fixtures that someone could slip straight through it. And yeah, Namibia wanting to make sure they're not that they're not the one to do that, but they do have Zimbabwe at the top there.
A big win for Namibia would put them top, and it would really put the cat amongst the pigeons, wouldn't it, really, if they did do that.
Win for Zimbabwe will put them 4 clear. It's a draw between the two. Zimbabwe still only 2 clear.
It does lift Namibia above Libya into 3rd place. So, yeah, 2 points isn't very much, is it, for Zimbabwe? They're in striking distance still.
Yep. Niger looking to keep with their winning run right now against Mauritania, who they're currently in that 8th place spot.
Yeah, and a win for Mauritania would lift them above Mozambique briefly.
Yep, into that number 7 bubble. It is a win for Mauritania. They move to 7th as we move into fixture 11.
So 5 fixtures to go. It's all poised very nicely at the top, in the middle, where you want it to be, really. Togo and Central African Republic to start things off.
Win for Togo! Up into 2nd they go. Central African Republic is really not looking good for them now, is it?
They've got a lot of work to do. They're 5 points behind 8th place. It's really not looking good for them.
Yep, Tanzania looking to capitalise on this now as they take on Gambia.
A win for Tanzania will lift them into 9th, which is a brilliant turnaround for Tanzania.
Certainly would be. 4-1 win, Tanzania. They move up into 9th place. 3 behind Mozambique and Mauritania.
Not a bad result at all for Tanzania. Guinea-Bissau, they need to replicate that if they can. A big ask against South Sudan, though.
Yep, win for South Sudan puts them top. And they do. 2-1.
Big result for South Sudan as they move into the lead for now.
Libya looking to stop a little bit of rot right now. They've got Sierra Leone, who've been flying high so far.
A win for Libya will lift them into 3rd. A massive win would lift them into 2nd, but I don't think they're going to get that kind of goal swing.
Yep, Sierra Leone doesn't really do much if they win when it comes to position-wise, but it certainly does put them very much ahead of the chasing pack.
Absolutely.
Draw between the two! I think Libya would take that better.
I think so. Well, Sierra Leone won't be unhappy about that, I don't think.
They very well could be if Mauritania and Mozambique both end up gaining more points than one. Malawi, currently in 13th, are going to move up above Niger with this dud win over Rwanda.
Yes, and, well, again, pretty much I don't want to say a nothing match, but it doesn't really make much difference in terms of the league. I don't think Malawi are really competing for that 8th place or above, are they? So,
I mean,
let's see.
If you look at it this way, it's like 12 points in it. They sort of still have a chance, but it's very, very outside chance.
Yeah.
It's very much an outside chance, but there's a possibility in it. It could happen. But more than likely not.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is as well, I've noticed, is the teams in 8th and 9th currently, Mauritania and Mozambique, sorry, 7th and 8th, they've got lower ranked teams. Look, Madagascar versus Mozambique, and I think it's Niger taking on Mauritania next up, so let's see.
Yep, Madagascar. So Madagascar currently in 14th place. Yeah, Mozambique 8th so far. Could catch up on Sierra Leone's draw. Madagascar get the win!
It's huge from Madagascar. That's really, really ruined Mozambique's day, I reckon.
Yep, certainly puts them in that battle now with Tanzania, potentially. Mauritania, can they capitalise on Sierra Leone? They've got Namibia, who currently lie in 5th.
Mauritania would lift them onto level points with Sierra Leone, and only 3 points behind Namibia. A win for Namibia, of course, lifts them up into potentially 2nd with a big win.
Yeah, with a 6-goal swing. It's a 3, so they'll take that. They've moved to 3rd.
Good result for Namibia there, and Niger, oh, poor Niger, have to take on Zimbabwe.
Yep, Zimbabwe, pretty much a draw puts them back to the top. It's 4-0, Zimbabwe still 2 ahead, and Sierra Leone breathing a very big sigh of relief, as Mozambique and Mauritania could not capitalise on them dropping points.
Absolutely not. And next up is Zimbabwe in their back-to-back fixture for fixture number 12. They take on Central African Republic, down in 11th now.
Yep, double header for Zimbabwe here. It's another win, 2-1.
I think they're pretty much qualified now, aren't they?
They're pretty much there, yeah. I think so.
I think they are. No, they are actually qualified now, because Mauritania can only get 31, I think.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
29.
Yeah, they're pretty much, they're pretty much
They're
there
through.
at this point. Zimbabwe. So there you go, Zimbabwe's qualified.
Excellent stuff for Zimbabwe. They have done it. Next up is Mauritania and Gambia. Mauritania in 8th. They need a win. Gambia, rock bottom. Surely they'll beat them.
Yep, Gambia obviously eliminated already at this point. First team to be eliminated. It's a draw between the two. That is bad for Mauritania.
Awful. Gambia have only scored 1 point so far. They've doubled their points tally with that result.
Hurrah! It still means they're 7 adrift of Niger. God's sakes, Gambia. Next up, Madagascar, currently in 13th, take on Guinea-Bissau in 10th. Guinea-Bissau really need a win here.
Yeah, well, Madagascar, a win would lift them above Guinea-Bissau into 10th.
Certainly would. Maybe give them a chance. It is a win for Madagascar. That's 2 in a row.
They're only 5 points off of 7th place now. Could they pull out an unbelievable comeback?
They certainly could on that one. And, yeah, Libya are going to move 2nd here with this result against Rwanda. The big battle of the 2 flags.
Oh, here it is.
Yes!
Oh, there it is. Read it and weep. Look at that. Take a moment. Take a moment to go. In fact, no, go back. Go back. I want to see it again. Where is it? Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Honestly, just turn Rwanda's flag 90 degrees, and at the bottom you can see Libya's flag in it.
There you go.
So good.
Beautiful stuff.
So good. All right.
W. Wig is our referee.
Wig is our referee. Needs a wig more
Funny
than the
that.
big R, but you know how. All right, so we're getting to the end now. We're getting to the end of this preliminary league. It could all come down to the final fixture, and honestly, I think it very well might do.
I think so. I think it's going to be very, very close. So far, we're looking pretty good for, obviously, Zimbabwe looking pretty good for qualification. I think Libya, near enough there. I think they need Mozambique not to win, and they're pretty much qualified. Same with South Sudan. Namibia not far off either. They could do it this fixture, so it's all starting to come to a head now.
Yep, South Sudan could qualify with a win in this fixture. But we do have Malawi currently down in 13th versus Sierra Leone in 6th place.
A win for Sierra Leone will lift them a whopping 6 clear of 8th place.
It is a win for Sierra Leone, 3-0. Not good for Mauritania, Mozambique. They really needed to make up those points in the last fixture.
Mozambique can leapfrog Mauritania, but it's a tough ask as they take on South Sudan, who can qualify with a win here.
Yep, qualification required potentially for South Sudan. It is 3-0 or 3-1, and South Sudan qualify.
They do indeed, and it pretty much also means that Libya have qualified and Namibia as well.
Yep.
Because they can only get 9 more points.
Yep. I mean, they could both still be dud, but they're very, very, very far ahead. That it will need to be some big mistakes here, and Namibia essentially win here, and they can qualify as well. They got Tanzania.
Yeah, a win for them guarantees that they won't be the dud team.
It is a win for Namibia. They've also qualified as a non-dud representative. And, yeah, Libya could very well be close by.
Yeah, Libya and Togo as well. A Togolese win here. With the goal difference that they've got as well. Unlikely that they're going to be caught by Mozambique.
2-1 Togo. So Togo and Libya on the cusp of qualifying as not the dud as well.
Yep, so spaces are running out for those teams below them. They need to get cracking. Mauritania will start that off against Central African Republic, who are down in 12th now.
Yep, still in with a chance, but it's a big ask there. It's 3-1 Mauritania.
Big win for Mauritania, that. Big win for Mauritania.
Pretty much means the Central African Republic can now only dud.
Yep, exactly.
Zimbabwe versus Gambia. It's top versus bottom. How many goals are we expecting here?
Quite a few, I think.
Five, really? Only 5. All right.
That's quite tame, that, isn't it?
It's quite tame. Still Zimbabwe 5-point lead again for now. Guinea-Bissau quite important here to get these 3 points against Rwanda.
It'll leave them 2 behind the team in 8th place.
Yep, and I believe 5 behind 7th. So
still a chance for Guinea-Bissau. It's not over yet. We've seen stranger things happen. The comeback is still on for Guinea-Bissau.
Yep, there are still chances for comebacks here, but that trapdoor is slowly opening. And it could very well be the case that Guinea-Bissau, a team alongside Central African Republic, which has sort of been in that 7th, 8th bubble for the longest time throughout this league, could very well just slip straight out.
Absolutely. Not looking ideal. And even if they do get to join their brothers in Equatorial and regular Guinea, it's not looking ideal that they're going to be able to actually have a chance and compete against them.
Yep, Madagascar still in with a chance here, but they do need a win against Libya to essentially have a chance of actually competing in the Global Trophy when you're not if you're not the dud. But they do need to beat Libya. A win for Libya pretty much qualifies them. A draw actually qualifies them.
Yeah, guarantees qualification here, so this is big for Libya.
4-0 Libya. Libya moved to 2nd, and Madagascar, best they can do is dud now.
Yep, not looking good for Madagascar, is it really? They've kind of fell off the boil right at the crucial moment. Malawi, I think they're pretty much out of it, taking on South Sudan. A chance that they could still win the league here. Yep,
Malawi still in with a shout, but they can only dud as well. And now it's even worse. South Sudan keep a 2-point... well, they're still 2 points away from Zimbabwe for now. Malawi are fully out.
Yep, and I believe Central African Republic could follow here with a Mozambique win.
Yep, Mozambique could very well put a lot of this behind us with a win here. They need one if they're going to have a chance of not being the dud. It is a win for Mozambique. There's still a chance.
It does eliminate Madagascar and Central African Republic with that as well.
Yep, now Tanzania can stay in this, but that'll be later. It's Namibia versus Togo.
Togo win here will guarantee them qualification as not the dud as well. I think they pretty much actually already have that, but it will give them absolute certainty.
Yep, just a draw is needed. It's a win for Namibia, so they'll have to wait maybe one more fixture. This is important for Tanzania.
This is Tanzania, this is the only chance they're going to have, otherwise they are out of it pretty much.
Yep, and best they can do is dud. They've got Niger, who, well, 9 points, so certainly Tanzania would be the favourites here.
Absolutely.
It's a draw between the two. It's not over for Tanzania, but now they need to win both their games.
And have a big swing for Mozambique. It's not great for them, is it really?
Yep, Madagascar now completely out of it versus Central African Republic, who are also completely out of it. Bit of a nothing match here. It is a win for Central African Republic. They move above Madagascar. Joint points with Guinea-Bissau and Tanzania.
They do indeed. And next up, Gambia are going to finally get their first win against the dud team. It's not really what they probably would have wanted, but there you go.
Well, they've really just been the punching bag, haven't they, really, of this league so far.
They really have. They really, really have. But they are going to get a win here. They have caused being a spoiler for a few teams, drawing twice. So, good for them.
Yep, so, yeah, two non-dud points for them. But, yeah, apart from that, it's been quite poor, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. It really has. For the Gambia.
Yep, the Gambia being the failures in this league so far. And
yep.
For all time, because I think at this point, I don't know if Gambia can actually catch Niger.
I don't think they can. No, I don't think they can.
They can't. Or Malawi, for that matter. They can't. Gambia's bottom. So there you go.
Yep. Zimbabwe can eliminate Guinea-Bissau with a win here and pretty much seal our top 8.
Certainly could do. It's a draw between the two, but that's not enough for Guinea-Bissau. They're eliminated.
What a performance from Guinea-Bissau to get the draw there, but not enough.
Yep, not enough. Mauritania could automatically qualify and not be the dud if they can get a win.
Yeah, win over Libya here, and they are guaranteed a top 7 finish. Libya, of course, already there.
Yep, already there. It's a draw between the two. This gives Mozambique a chance.
It does indeed. Tanzania versus Malawi. Tanzania have the slightest chance of not being the dud team.
Yeah,
they've got to beat Malawi.
They need to beat Malawi. They do 3-0, but the best they can do is dud.
The big goal swing as well, so there's still a chance they could finish in the top 8.
They could, but the best they can do is dud. Pretty much we have Mozambique, if they can beat Togo, could put Sierra Leone and Mauritania right in that section.
Yeah, under massive pressure, the pair of them, wouldn't they? But it's a big-ass Togo, one of the better teams in the league.
It's a win for Togo, 3-0, so Sierra Leone, a win here, will qualify them immediately.
Yep, or a draw. Doesn't matter.
A draw might do it. It's a loss. Namibia win.
And they move within 1 point of Zimbabwe at the top. Sudan can go level with Zimbabwe at the top with a win over Niger.
Which more likely they're going to. They do. And it's a 3-way battle for the title.
A 3-way battle for the title. A 3-way battle for 8th place. Maybe Tanzania sneak in there as well in 8th. Who knows? Yep. But Big R, the final time we're going to see it against the beautiful flag of the Central African Republic as well.
The bloody messy flag of the Central African Republic.
Carnage. It is a carnage flag, that is, isn't it?
That is just... Someone's gone nuts with a ruler and a bunch of paint.
Yeah, they've learned how to use the fill tool on Microsoft Paint, haven't they?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like lines, click, 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 click. Random star on the top left. There you go.
Well, out go the Central African Republic. It was nice seeing them for another year. And, of course, always a pleasure seeing the Big R.
Indeed. Hopefully Rwanda can maybe not be the dud next time round. That'd be nice since they've done it 2 years in a row now.
Very true. Very true.
It would be very nice. Madagascar. Out of it at the moment versus Gambia. Definitely out of it. It'd be nice for Madagascar to get some points, though. They're probably not going to move positions too much. It is a 2-0 win for Madagascar. Gambia, 5 points for them.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Now, this is actually an important match. Mauritania, if they win, guarantee themselves qualification. Guinea-Bissau, of course, already out.
A draw would also be okay for Mauritania, because that means that Mozambique would have to swing 5 goals.
It's not easy.
To catch them. It is a win for Mauritania and Mozambique. It's worse for them now. They now need quite a massive swing from Sierra Leone so far.
Libya versus Zimbabwe, by the way. So Zimbabwe can win the title here with a win.
They could.
Enough.
South Sudan could catch it, but it would require a lot of goals. It's a draw! This could be a chance for Namibia and South Sudan.
They've both got an opportunity. Togo, a win here, will lift them up into 4th place over Malawi, who, of course, already out.
Yep, already out there. 5-0 Togo moves them up to 4th, where they will stay.
Look at this. Tanzania versus Mozambique.
Mozambique have to win by a lot, and then Sierra Leone have to lose by a lot for there to be a chance. Tanzania could beat Mozambique and get into that 7th spot.
Into the 8th spot, yeah, to be the dud team. So this is it for Tanzania. All or nothing. Mozambique need to rely on others as well.
Certainly do. It's a win for Tanzania. Mozambique's out.
Eliminated, and there it is. Sierra Leone don't even have to play their match. They've already done it.
Winner gets the title. Draw. Zimbabwe gets the title. It's Namibia and Sudan.
Who wins it?
Who wins it? It's Namibia. They are the African Preliminary League champions.
What a comeback from Namibia. And our final fixture, I think, Sierra Leone didn't even have to play. They already qualified. They take on Niger.
Win for Sierra Leone puts them up into 6th place, which would be nice for them. It is, and Sierra Leone finish in 6th.
Well, 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 what a turnaround in the final fixture. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah, Mozambique completely out. Zimbabwe losing the league right at the end. Namibia having to beat Sudan to do it.
But what an end we have had to the African Preliminary League. Let's run them back from bottom to top.
Yep, so 15th with 5 points, Gambia.
2 draws, and the dud win was the only result that Gambia got. Not great.
14th with 10, Malawi.
Yep, 2 non-dud wins and a draw as well in there, but not as many goals scored and more conceded than Niger, puts them down in 14th place.
Yep, speaking of Niger, it's them next, also with 10 points in 13th place.
Exactly the same results as Malawi, but more goals scored, less conceded, better goal difference, puts them in I think, a fairly reasonable 13th place for Niger, considering they were below Rwanda at one point.
Yep, and, they had a bit of a spark at one point with a bit of a run, but it did end quite quickly, didn't it?
Yep.
Next up, 12th place with 16, Madagascar.
5 wins for Madagascar, 1 draw, 9 defeats. Not a bad run in the end. Only 10 goals scored, though. That's probably what cost them the most.
Certainly, definitely when it comes to that. In comparison, they're 23 let in. 11th with 16, Guinea-Bissau.
They well at only conceding 15 goals, which is better than some of the teams that qualified. But only 14 goals scored. Too many draws for Guinea-Bissau cost them.
10th with 18, Central African Republic.
Bit of a shocker to me. I thought they'd do better. 6 wins, no draws at all, and 9 defeats. Slipped down through the order as the competition went on.
9th with 20, Mozambique.
Were in 8th place, had an opportunity to finish in that top 7 for the longest time, but threw it away with careless losses towards the end. And it meant that they only finished in 9th place behind the team that beat them in the final fixture.
Yep, 8th with 21, snuck in right at the end to take the dud spot. Tanzania.
Yep, a relatively even record with 6 wins, 6 defeats and 3 draws. A positive goal difference as well, which is also very difficult to do in the preliminary league. So well done to Tanzania, but it's only the dud this time around.
Yep, 7th with 25, Mauritania.
Fairly consistent throughout Mauritania. They kind of hovered around that 6th, 7th, 8th place position. And I think they'll be happy with a solid 7th place. And they have an opportunity, of course, to actually qualify for the Global Trophy Finals.
They certainly do. And 6th place with 26, Sierra Leone.
Started slowly, worked their way back up through the field. We've heard that quite a few times in these preliminary leagues, but they were one of those teams that did that as well. 14 goal difference, not a bad run for Sierra Leone.
5th with 32, Libya.
Were battling for the title for the longest time, Libya, but slowly fell away towards the end, finishing only 6 points off the leaders, only 1 defeat. All competition, 5 draws, putting pay to their title hopes.
4th with 33 is Togo.
They got the biggest win in the preliminary league with an 8-0 win, I think, over Gambia, but just those 2 defeats weren't great for Togo, and it kind of cost them in the end. Slipped down the league towards the end of the league.
Yep, most of our goals scored, though, out of all the teams, so fair play to them.
Yes.
3rd with 36 is Sudan.
Yep, South Sudan, pretty solid effort, I think, from them. 12 wins, 3 defeats, no draws, 30 goals for, 14 against, 36 points. You can't really complain at that, can you?
Yep, had a chance to win the title completely, but they were snuffed out by the winner. But 2nd place with 37, Zimbabwe.
Leading the league by a point from Sudan on the final day of the season. But a draw with Libya wasn't enough for them to bring home the title, but still undefeated in the league. And not winning it is kind of, I would say embarrassing, but like it's awkward, isn't it? It's very awkward.
Certainly is, especially with the winner who snuck in and took the title right at the end with 38 points. First place, Namibia.
They were third place starting the final game week, weren't they? They would be on 35 points behind South Sudan and Zimbabwe, but they've walked away champions. 12 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat, 34 goals, 6 against. Brilliant effort from Namibia.
Certainly is when it comes to that. Pretty much 1 goal let in every 2.5 games. Quite good for them.
Yep, absolutely. Well done to Namibia.
So, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Sudan, Togo, Libya, Sierra Leone, Mauritania, and Tanzania will be joining our African qualifiers for the African section of the 2023 Global Trophy happening next month. But obviously, next week, we have the final preliminary league to go, the Americas section. Or we might as well call it the Central Americas section, let's be honest.
It really is.
Might as well be. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it from this week of the Global Trophy. I've been Masterath.
I've been Sven-Göran,
and we shall see you next week for the Americas section, the preliminary league, the final preliminary league before we get into the meat and veg of this lovely tournament with the qualifiers in 2 weeks' time. See you then.